Korean food versus Japanese food.
Who will win the battle? Welcome to the Wanderlust Woman podcast, hosted by Noah
And Vanessa.
We're a married couple who loves traveling the world and sharing all those experiences with you.
Whether it's good or bad.
So now let's jump right into today's episode. Alright, so first order of business, everybody, before we get into the topic. Welcome back, Vanessa, everybody. She is recovering very soundly and safely from her small operation, so let's give a round of applause to the medical care system and Vanessa's tough perseverance, because hey, she couldn't let you guys down another week. She couldn't let me down, even though she kind of does every day, to be honest. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, our next topic is more controversial than even that statement, which of course is going to be Japanese food versus Korean food. The two East Asian behemoths. There's a lot of not so great history between the two, so there's already a rivalry there. So I'm sorry if this is a hot topic for some of you. Just keep in mind, this is only our opinion, which is of course expert opinions based on, the ultimate travel experiences, So let's just get right into the first food comparison. If you've heard our episode about Greece versus Italy, what did we do there, Vanessa? How did we find out the true winner between those cuisines?
We kept a tally.
We kept a tally of what?
Of who won the battle.
Yeah, because there's a food battle. We're going to do, I think, 7 different matchups. You'll see as we go along of like for like, or the best we could, kind of food comparisons of foods from each cuisine, seeing how they match up to their counterpart, and then, keeping a tally to find out which score the most points in the most objective, fair way possible. So you'll see as we go along if you are still a little mystified by the concept. But the first matchup is going to be Kimbap from Korea versus what from Japan? I know, I messed up the order. Vanessa's representing Korea, kind of. At least for her outfit, if you can see, she's looking like a beautiful K-drama star. Although, I don't know if they'd cast a Mexican lady for the lead role. Maybe they would. And I'm representing old Japan with my Mount Fuji.
Representing an American who likes Japan.
Yeah, exactly. A cringy anime liker, which I am, guys, so it's probably accurate. So anyway, I'm representing Sushi, and Vanessa is representing Kimbap. So, for those of you obviously know sushi. It's a delicious snack or meal that's wrapped in, seaweed filled with rice that's specially made with usually fish or some other sort of toppings. But in Japan, the popular version is nigiri. And are you familiar with that type of sushi, Evie?
Am I?
I don't know. What comes to your mind?
Nigiri?
Nigiri. It's like Japan sushi. It's different than the rolls. Do you know the other kind of sushi they eat in Japan?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure I do when you tell me, but I can't think of it right now.
So it doesn't use seaweed. They just have the rice and the fish on top.
Oh. Not inside?
No. It's just like rice and then the little strip of normally salmon or tuna across the top, and then you grab it and just dunk it into soy sauce and eat it. I don't think there's seaweed around it, but it's different than a sushi roll.
Interesting. Okay.
Sushi roll is typically called maki. And nigiri is like the rice with the fish on top, which we're vegan, so we don't really eat that kind. So maybe that's why we're not as familiar with it nowadays. Yeah. But anyway, so that's sushi. You guys don't need too much of an introduction. What is Bibimbap, Vanessa?
Well,
As I go on my 2-minute-long monologue.
I know, I don't have a history lesson for Bibimbap, but it's kind of like sushi, but I think it's mostly like vegetables. Well, because we're vegan.
Yeah, we're vegan.
So for us, it's mostly vegetables. And then...
What kind of vegetables go inside, though? Typically for us.
Carrot. You could do mushroom. You could do, what is it, radish?
Yeah, like daikon in Japanese, but they might have a different word for it in Korean, but it's like a yellow, very good radish.
Yeah. I mean, you can get creative with it if you'd like.
True.
And then you put the seaweed over. Or
around.
Yeah. And you wrap it.
Yeah, so it's more comparable to the maki, sort of like roll version that you have in sushi. So they're very similar dishes.
The rice is on the outside, right?
When you wrap it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's still like a layer of sushi, or not sushi, seaweed around the Japanese version. Think about the ones we have.
Yeah, it's on the inside.
Yeah, I guess the alternation's different. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But on the outer for both, the outer layer is still seaweed.
Okay.
Are you picturing in your mind being like, how does sushi look?
I'm picturing, so you have the seaweed wrap, and on the outside of the seaweed wrap you have the rice.
For sushi?
Yes. On the other side of the seaweed wrap would be like the inside.
for
Sushi.
Yeah. So, but the outermost rim is still seaweed. This is gonna be the whole podcast arguing about the composition of sushi, guys. Okay, we'll have a picture on screen of what sushi looks like because obviously, is there an impasse here? Like,
yeah, I'm not understanding.
So just make a diagram with your hands, and we'll walk through.
I'll do the layers.
Okay, so outer rim.
Rice. Rice.
Outer to inner.
Rice.
Okay, outer to inner. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so
rice.
Okay, rice outer.
Seaweed.
Uh-huh.
Vegetables. Or the filling.
Okay, so if you were to have a roll of sushi, rice is on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'm remembering correctly. That sounds so wrong to me. Oh gosh.
And then Kimbap is like
maybe
seaweed, rice, filling.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm starting to second guess everything I know about food. well, okay.
I think that maybe for Japanese sushi, I think you can have either.
Maybe it's either. Cause I think I've had both.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like tripping right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bibimbap is the seaweed's always on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, that's the main difference,
Oh my
I think. But to my knowledge, there's also a sort of a difference in like the flavor profile, and from my own experience eating it, I believe they use like sesame oil more for making kimbap, which gives that like kind of almost nutty, seedy flavor that sushi doesn't really have. Sushi, they more focus on like making it like a little sweeter and using like rice wine to give it like a little bit more of like a not acidic, but to balance like the pure sweetness.
That makes sense.
So I've noticed a different flavor profile as well. So, you guys are familiar with the two dishes. It's kind of like Korean sushi versus Japanese sushi, but Koreans, you know, it's as gimbap. What? Do you want me to go first, or you want to say first?
Doesn't matter. We can do it at the same time if you want.
Well, it's more complicated than that for me.
Why?
Because it depends, is my answer.
Oh my gosh.
But for good reason. And here is my long answer. I think you're honestly going to agree with it a little bit. So if we're going to just take like just raw, like vegan, only vegetable kimbap versus like raw, vegan, only vegetable sushi, I think kimbap comes out on top. Because I like it's very fresh kimbap. You have to taste the daikon radish in there, which has like a nice texture. It's almost got like a little bit of a crunch. And it has like a sweet sort of like acidic tartness, you know what I mean? From the radish. The sesame oil adds like a nice nutty flavor. Sometimes you put tofu in there and it tastes really good and like whatever you dip it in, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really nice and light and fresh and delicious, and like those little subtle flavors that Korean food, in my opinion, really is like amazing at delivering. Whereas like other basic Japanese, like a cucumber roll or something like that, it's like it's good, but it just doesn't have that same like zip and punch that kimbap does. But for me, sushi transcends both of those realms, and especially if you have American style sushi, where they get crazy and creative with it, and it's the same dish, even if it's not like the most authentic Japanese version of it. So if we include those types of sushis, kind of like sweet potato tempura, some like the Californian rolls, some of like the crazy creations we've had like tempura and all these delicious sauces and like flavored mayos and stuff, that sushi takes the cake. Do you agree?
Yeah, I can agree.
I knew it.
But because this is a this or that, and they need a final answer, if you had to pick one, if somebody said right now, let's go to a restaurant, you want sushi or you want kimbap? Which
Sushi.
one? Okay.
Sushi. Also, there's more variation typically, I would imagine. I think sushi is just like taking the West by storm. So here we've made it like our own thing, where it's like a crazy like different version with so many delicious things. And tempura is still like Japanese food. So it's still like a Japanese food. Just in Japan, they wouldn't really do that much.
Yeah.
They're more purists.
Yeah.
And don't bastardize things. Like America, we take everything and just make it like a crazy creation.
You're like, let's fry everything.
Fry everything, throw every sauce on there, combine every cuisine, and it's cool. But yeah. So there we go, everybody. That is sushi, 1 point, gimbap.
Excuse me, you didn't even ask mine.
You told me the same thing.
I agreed with you, but you didn't get my final
Okay, well, what's your final answer? I thought
It's sushi.
Okay, so sushi won from both of us, right? So let's move on.
Japan won.
Yeah, Japan won.
0 so far.
Japan won. Japan number one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Japan, 1 point.
Okay. Just keeping it clear for all you Korean listeners out there, or Korean people. Anyway, so let's move on to the next category, guys. We're moving from little rolls to something a little bit more substantial, something that could be definitely more of a main dish, although sushi can be sometimes too. Miss Korean, K-drama, Latina star, what is the Korean version?
Why can't I say the Japanese one?
Okay, we can flip flop. Yeah. Okay. Well, the Korean version, 안녕하세요, is going to be Bindatteok, and that's probably why you wanted me to say it because it's harder to say. Or, as us Americans would call it, mung bean pancakes.
Yeah.
Some people don't even know what mung beans are, including us. Really, before we went to Korea, we weren't terribly familiar with it.
Yeah.
I just knew it as like an Asian kind of thing, to be honest.
Yeah. I agree with that.
But I think mung bean, it's more like a root vegetable. And these mung bean pancakes, well, do you want me to describe it or do you want to?
No, go for it.
I like you describing it and then I just cover all the cracks of things that you left out. Okay. So mung bean pancakes are essentially like giant hash browns. A little bit. We had them actually at the Gwangjang market in Seoul, which is an amazing place. So lively, so beautiful, so energetic. Feels like you're seeing a real authentic like part of the city, even though it's famous with tourists nowadays. But these are just massive like savory pancakes that are made from mung beans that are like milled and like ground up and then like fried. And it's really delicious, has a really nice savory flavor. A little bit like maybe nutty, that kind of flavor to it as well, earthy. And just delicious, crispy. A little soft on the inside, delicious when you dip it in like some soy sauce or like some sesame or maybe a little chili oil. Amazing, really good. One of my favorite things I had in Korea. But what could possibly compete with that, Vanessa, from Japan?
Well, now that you mention it, there is this dish called Okonomiyaki.
That was really good pronunciation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You must have done your homework. Do you know what okonomiyaki means in Japanese?
No.
Oh. It means
a dish that
yeah,
we
just tell
were
what
talking
it is.
about.
Yeah, so what is it? Okonomiyaki.
So they're kind of similar with like the whole, I think, kind of layout of it, like a savory
pancake.
Yeah, pancake type of thing. But Okonomiyaki has like this like mayo sauce or something, and there's like brown sauce on it. What's the brown sauce?
Okonomiyaki sauce.
Oh my gosh. And then there's all these different. I can't even think of the ingredients. What are the ingredients?
Yeah, no, but I mean that's a really good description so far. See, this is why I like doing this. So
I tried.
No, you did great. So most okonomiyaki is mainly consisting of like shredded or finely chopped cabbage.
Yes.
That's the main one, and it's bound together with a variety of different vegetables. You can get creative with your creations, or add meat or seafood, which a lot of people do. Or there's a version in Hiroshima which has noodles in there, which is really cool, and it's like different layers. The one we had was from Osaka, and that's like one all congealed together, like one layer pancake.
Which is where it originates, right?
There's some like debate. There's a big rivalry between Osaka okonomiyaki and Hiroshima okonomiyaki. Which one's better? Who really like claims the dish?
Ah, crap.
I think.
My bad.
So, but I like Osaka okonomiyaki a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to paper over a few more of those cracks. A lot of times they like put like seaweed on top to give like a nice like fishy flavor. Maybe that's seaweed flavor, umami flavor. And then the okonomiyaki sauce they put on, it's like a mixture of like soy sauce and barbecue sauce, I think, where it's like thick.
Oh, really?
That's how it tastes to me. It's like, or like a little Worcestershire. It has that like salty umami flavor, but also has that like kind of rich barbecue flavor.
And it is like a thicker consistency. It is so good.
Yeah, it's so good. It's not quite as crispy as the Bindatteok from Korea. It's more like, there's a little crisp edge to it, but it's more soft.
Yeah.
Especially if it's cooked thoroughly.
Right.
And then they can include lots of different vegetables in it as well.
I think that we actually, one of the places we got it, we added
vegan cheese.
Yeah.
And potatoes. And beans or something too, I think.
I don't think beans, did we?
I think beans was an option, but I don't remember if we included it.
I don't think so. I think it was just the cheese.
But it was really freaking good.
It was
really
delicious. Really good. That's probably my favorite one.
The last one we had.
The last
really
one, that one was really good.
And that was more like the prototypical okonomiyaki. Like if you were to like picture it and describe it, that's what someone would expect.
Like. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
One place we had it was like a Detroit style pizza. Where it was like a square cut and like thick.
It really was.
Through vegan cheese and a bunch of like unorthodox ingredients, but still had the mayo. It still had the sauce. It was still delicious.
It's still really good.
Really good with the beer.
Yeah.
Really interesting place that I could make a whole episode. Well, not episode, but talk a lot more about the location itself. Turn your freaking phone off of this. I'm kidding. You guys can hear that.
I'm important.
So you guys know the gist. We have 2 savory pancakes. What is your thoughts, Vanessa?
Who do you think is gonna win this round? Do I need to say mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I pick okonomiyaki.
Why?
It's just so good, and I felt like the flavors are different than like the savory pancake in Korea. There's like it's a lot richer, I think. And I like the cabbage. I like the crunchiness of it. I don't know. I just think it's better.
I agree.
It's the sauces. The sauces, that's what gets me.
Yeah, we're a sucker for sauces and
Yeah.
like rich food.
Yeah.
And okonomiyaki, like one thing from my experience is Japanese food, it can be both like very like simple and like clean and minimalist flavors, but also can be like really rich and like deep flavors. And okonomiyaki almost feels like something America would make. Like we're throwing some mayo on that,
Yeah.
some of this rich sauce on that, a bunch of vegetables together.
Yeah,
But it's like a Japanese sort of like, but American like essence in that.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. We're not American food simps, everybody. We love food from other places more than American food. But it just has more rich flavors to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Or Bindatteok.
They're both good.
Yeah.
I do enjoy eating both of them, but if I had to pick, I would pick okonomiyaki.
Same here. Sorry, Korea. It's
Okay,
not looking so
well.
good so far.
Okay.
But yeah. But again, just a stretch. Yeah, I concur. Bindatteok is delicious, amazing. I love it. So delicious. But yeah, just to give you your flowers. Mung bean pancakes. But we got to keep the show moving. Korea, you might win one of these. Hopefully it's not a wash. Otherwise, we might get banned from your lovely country.
I know. Please let me back.
Yeah, no kidding. So what are we?
So that is Japan too.
Yeah, Japan too. Korea. Zero. Okay, well, anyway, let's get into the next one before morale gets too low.
I know, yeah.
Don't give up, Korea. You're still doing a good job. So our next is just, these is like exactly like for like, or as close to as like for like as you can get. And what are these two things?
The gyoza and...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't remember the other name.
Leave it up to the man because
Oh my
it's
gosh.
Mandu or Mandu.
Ah.
See,
Oh my
I need
gosh.
a man do it. So anyway, it's perfect. Or just essentially dumplings. If you try to pick your people a picture of both, they'd be like, "Oh, those are dumplings."
Yeah.
And what's the main difference between them? Careful.
Uh.
Someone didn't do their research.
What do you mean? You just said they're the same. Okay, from my
She's-
experience, what I
okay.
remember
Okay.
being the biggest difference is that the ones in Japan were more like softer,
Okay.
I think, and then the ones in Korea were more fried.
I kind of don't know if I agree.
Really?
I think it depends on the place. Some make it more fried, some make it more soft. But maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm combining memories or not remembering super vividly. Yeah, I don't think there is a huge difference between the two.
Is it just the filling that's different?
Yeah, but I don't think the fillings are that much different. I think you can because both of them, to be honest, they come from China. China originated the dumpling, the Gyoza as they call it in Chinese, and China influenced a lot of East Asian countries. So that's my understanding. They both came from China, so you can have different variations and stuff. But I'll compare my best to my best to get a clear comparison. So from Korea, are you thinking what I'm thinking? What was your favorite dumplings in Korea?
The kimchi dumplings.
Kimchi dumplings, yeah. Oh, those were so good. I love them. We used to get like a big plate of them every time I went to this vegan restaurant. One of the few like authentic vegan food restaurants we went to in Seoul, which was called Osegaehyung. And it was in this neighborhood called Insadong, which is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Has that like traditional Korean like Hotteok. Is that what it's called? Villages sort of look.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a really nice place where you go and you like sit down on the floor. You have like very little leg room under the table.
Your legs are like going numb.
Yeah, you take your shoes
But it was
off
nice.
before you go in, and then these nice busy ladies. That place was always really busy.
It was very busy.
Serve you some food, but yeah, we got kimchi dumplings there all the time. And if you like kimchi, and you like dumplings,
I don't even like kimchi though.
You didn't even like
That's
kimchi
what's
that much?
crazy. It's like I did not like kimchi
Do you
before
like it now,
going
though?
to Korea. Yes, I
Okay.
do. And now that I've had, I don't know if I would get it at like a Korean restaurant here. I think it depends. But I liked it in Korea, and we have a friend whose stepmom is Korean, and her kimchi is really good.
yeah, she makes it herself from like all the stuff that they grow in the garden, and like of course she's been doing it for years. So,
Right.
yeah, I think kimchi there it's definitely really fresh, and it has more of a spicy flavor. I think it's just really
Which is
nice.
probably why I like it, because I like spicy.
You like spicy. And yeah, so those dumplings, they were, from my understanding, they were more crispy, right?
Yes.
They were really crispy. And you dump them in the soy sauce. I don't know if there's like anything different
I
about
don't
it.
even think you needed the soy sauce though.
Nah, but I like that
honestly.
extra addition of flavor.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, the
We're sauce
kimchi...
people, so it makes
We're
sense.
sauce people, yeah. But the kimchi inside was like a little softer with a crunchy like shell of the gyoza,
Yeah.
or the mandu. Sorry, not gyoza.
What?
Mandu in Korea. I know, I got you. So anyway, you guys know dumplings probably to some extent. But if you know gyoza, it's very similar. Typically,
I'm trying to remember where we had it in Japan.
we had it at this restaurant, the same one we had the okonomiyaki, that really funny square-shaped one. We got appetizer of gyoza first.
Oh, that was more of a fried style.
See, that's what I'm saying. It was more fried.
Okay.
But it's still really good.
Yeah.
It was hot. I think inside they had like cabbage, maybe like edamame or something.
Edamame inside of the
gyoza?
Gyoza?
I don't know. But typically that's the kind of like fillings they put inside for vegan vegetable gyoza.
Interesting. Okay. I did not catch that.
I thought it was fantastic. A little greasy, not too greasy. I like my dumplings a little naughty. Either steam them and make them nice and soft, or make them a little greasy and fried. Don't half-ass it. You know, if I'm gonna be naughty, I want to be a naughty boy.
Oh
So,
my god.
I'm kidding. So anyway, we're beating around the bush. Gyoza or mandu? I'll say it first because you said it last time, so we're gonna balance it.
Unless
I'm stealing your thunder.
Go for it.
Okay. You guys are probably about ready to kill us.
I know. So you
like,
get it. Like, just say it.
Either being too nice or too aggressive.
1, 2, 3. Mandu.
Mandu. I was gonna say gyoza, but I meant to say mandu because, mandu. The kimchi mandu just took it to another level for me.
Yeah, it really did.
I think it's my favorite dumplings
so
I've ever had in my life.
Probably.
Yeah.
Did we even eat anywhere else?
Dumplings? Yeah, we had them at.
Why like settle for average? If you're gonna have them, have the very best, and this place has the very best.
At Osegihon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The kimchi dumplings is perfect. Chef's kiss.
They're so good.
So delicious. Loved them. They were a must.
Okay, so that means
Korea!
Yay, Japan 2, Korea 1.
Yeah, you're on a comeback streak. Don't give up now, kid. You're getting right there. So let's continue on. We're moving to sweets, which is actually something that people don't really associate with East Asia as much. Obviously, like when you think of sweets, you typically think of like French or Italian or Western cuisine, or like those cakes and stuff. Yeah. Whereas these two countries have their interesting sort of sweets, and these are both sweets and like street food sweets. And one is a little bit more healthy than the other, and one's a little less more naughty. So start working your brain and think which one we probably would like more. Maybe you'll be right, maybe not. You'll see. Because the first one is going to be Daifuku. Daifuku, which is similar to mochi, but has another extra added level, taking it to a notch where it's just so freaking good. So what is Daifuku?
Daifuku, it's very pretty.
It's gorgeous.
And you can get like a variety of colors, but we would always get the pink one with the strawberries. And then the filling, I think, was...
Well, typically strawberry is always in the middle. Oh, no, well, Ichigo Daifuku is strawberry Daifuku. So I guess you could put other stuff in there. So we're talking about strawberry or Ichigo.
But the filling wasn't strawberry.
No.
It was...
For us, it was apple jam. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was apple. And it's like...
I can taste it in my mouth right now.
Oh
I'm like
God.
watering.
I know, my mouth is watering just freaking talking about all this. And it's like... I don't know, like, I don't want to say gummy, because it's not gummy.
Well, if you've had mochi is chewy. It's a little gummy.
I don't think I've had mochi.
You have. My friend Willie brought it back as a gift from
so
Japan.
This is different than mochi.
It's the same kind of material, but maybe I think it's more fresh too, because they make it like fresh and like serve it.
Yeah, I don't remember liking mochi.
What about the one we had in Nara? Remember where they were pounding it fresh and they gave it to us?
That one was very chewy.
But it's so good. It's warm and chewy.
That one I was kind of like, I'll try it. I'll take a few bites, you know. Like, I enjoy the experience of it. But this one, I would walk by and I'm like, oh, I need one. I need one right now. Like, it was just like so good.
Yeah. I agree. Also, it does one thing that massively adds to it is Japan's like famous for having like delicious strawberries. So the strawberry inside, yeah.
I heard that they're very expensive.
Yeah, they like try and perfect it, like get the right ones and sell them to you. And so the strawberry was in the middle. It's like a little crisp. It's like the perfect strawberry. It's like really sweet, but not too soft. So it still has that texture to it. Yeah. Which is important for the mochi because the mochi is a little bit more chewy.
Yeah.
So with the mochi and the jam and the like little firm strawberry and that has like a natural sweet versus like the mochi and jam sweetness.
I don't even know if I would describe the filling as like a jam.
Yeah, it's a little thicker than a
because
jam.
you're making it kind of sound like
yeah, you're right.
What we would use for like a PBJ.
Like a jelly-filled donut or something.
Yeah, it was not that. It was like...
If you ever had like a dessert with a red bean in the middle, it's like the same consistency as like red bean. It's like a paste.
Yeah, like a paste. Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah. So we both tried it for the first time in Japan, and when we went to Kyoto, we just saw ladies selling on the street. And I'm like, dang, that looks really good.
We're in Nara.
The first time was in Kyoto. We went to Arashiyama when we were going to the bamboo grove, and we went to that little lady with that like stall on the side of the street. This is before I went to the bamboo. It's like in the morning.
Yeah, you're right.
And that was the first time I tried it. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking good.
That was
so fresh. It's not that naughty. It's really good and fresh and tasty, and it's probably not that unhealthy of a dessert, to be honest.
Probably not, but
compared to the next one,
the next one,
it's not terrible. We're making it seem like it's like a triple chocolate cake.
It's so worth it though.
It's so worth it.
It is.
I'll let you take the lead on this one.
It is a hotteok.
A hot dog. Like, a Korean hot dog, everybody.
Did I say hot dog?
No.
It kind of does sound like I did say it though.
Well, that time you did.
Okay. Well.
What is hotteok?
It's like a sweet. Well, I mean, all pancakes are sweet, but it's like.
Yeah, you're right.
A pancake, but like imagine it fried, and then the inside there's like brown sugar and what is it, cinnamon?
Yeah.
And when you bite into it, everything on the inside, all like the brown sugar and the cinnamon, just is like melted. So it's like a liquid.
It's like a syrup.
Yes.
It's like a brown sugar cinnamon syrup.
But it's not like
maple.
Yeah, it's good. It's not like syrup.
I like maple syrup, all right?
Uh,
but I think it's more elite. I'm a huge cinnamon simp. I love cinnamon and brown sugar. Love it.
Or is it just brown sugar?
It's brown sugar. I think a lot of times they put cinnamon.
I remember them putting cinnamon. Did they?
Maybe they don't. But brown sugar is like the most important thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's majority, I think, brown sugar.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, it was so freaking good.
Delicious.
The first time we had it was, I think it was in Myeongdong.
Yeah, that's the first time we had it because we were like, they have a night street market, I guess you can call it, up and down like the main streets of Myeongdong, which is a night. Yeah, which is like the cosmetic, not fashion, but like shopping district.
Yeah.
So one of our first nights, that's what we did for our dinner. Just walked up and down the market. We're like, street food, we need to find hotteok.
And we're kind of like struggling to find vegan food close by. Mm-hmm. So I remember going and Noah was like, we're going to eat at so many different places, like here, like this will be our dinner. And there was like 4 places I think that were open. And I was like, oh no.
Well, to be fair, this was after COVID.
Yeah.
And before COVID, I saw a lot more different stalls open. Like on these videos, I was doing research trying to understand Myeongdong in the market. Yeah. And I was like, oh, it's so cool. Can I find this? I was like memorizing what the signs look like to find places we could eat at after doing some research. And a lot of them were gone. It was really sad.
It was really sad. But that's okay because we got to try the hotteok. And it was so good.
So good. Not that expensive either. I think it's like, and this was more expensive because it's more busy and touristy, this Myeongdong market. I think it's like $2 or $3 for one.
I think it's like $2.
Yeah, I want to say $2.
And they're decently sized. It's not like they're little tiny ones, but they give it to you in a little cup.
Yeah, a little cup to walk around.
And it's like kind of hard to
because it's super hot.
Yeah, it's really hot. It's like kind of like lava on the inside.
It's brown sugar, molten lava. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they fry it so it's crispy on the outside, and the pancake. It's a little bit different than other pancakes because it's a little bit more thicker and dense.
Yeah.
Whatever the dough they use.
Yeah.
So fantastic, delicious. Love hotteok.
So good.
So this is a tough one, actually.
Yes, it is. It really is.
So in 3, 2, 1, we're gonna say our favorite. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Hotteok. Ah! I had a feeling we were gonna say it.
I thought you were gonna say the other one.
I think it just really comes down to what your own preference is for flavor profile. Because I just love brown sugar. And it's just like sweet, a little bit naughty. So if you're a person that like orders strawberry ice cream at the ice cream parlor, I think maybe you'd prefer Daifuku because it's more that fruity, like natural sweetness, I guess. Whereas hotteok, if you're that person that likes like the naughty stuff or like the brown sugar, cinnamon, you love like elephant ears or like, that kind of thing. I think you'll probably prefer hotteok.
I don't know.
You don't know because
because like
you think you're an anomaly?
I love strawberries. Like that is like one of my top 3 fruits. Mm-hmm. But the reason that I picked hotteok is because we had Daifuku the second time. Yeah. Was it the second time?
Yeah.
It was in Osaka.
No, it was in...
Sorry, my voice
You're good. It was in Kyoto as well. Is it the Nishiki market? I remember.
Oh, okay, yeah. It was there. And I was actually kind of disappointed with it. I was like, I think the first one was just so perfect.
I agree.
That the second one I was like, I was so excited to have it, and I was like, I don't know if maybe it's been sitting out or what. I need my desserts to be consistent. Like I don't want one day to be like amazing, the best thing my tongue has touched, and then the next day I'm like, what?
I have a contradicting point of information I'm going to bring up in a second. That's okay. It's okay. Hang yourself out to dry.
Secondly, they're so small.
Oh, did you go Daifuku? Yeah. But they're thick. They're dense.
They are thick, but with the hotteok you get so much more, and I feel like you can enjoy it longer. And that sounds like such a baddie thing to say, but
yeah, it's true.
Okay, what? I guess you're just waiting
she's waiting for me to make her tower come tumbling down.
What?
So, guys, Vanessa looks great. She's wearing a nice little Korean uniform. I wonder if she's working for them because you forgot a convenient piece of information. We went to Hongdae and got Hotteok one time.
I do remember that.
And that was not good at all. We're so disappointed. It was like crackery. It wasn't like that doughiness. I can't remember exactly what it was like. That's how not good it was. It was like just forgettable.
At the very end, we went to a different stall for the
Hongdae?
Hotteok. No, in Myeongdong.
Oh, yeah.
And that one was good.
Yeah, they had two places.
And then didn't we, at the market, didn't we get one there?
Yeah, we did.
And that one was really good too.
Yeah.
See,
right.
so there's some consistency there.
There's more data.
Yeah. So that just proves my point.
Well, then it should be result inconclusive because not enough data from Japan.
Yeah,
Japan
maybe, because we only had 2.
But no, I still, regardless though, I can see your point.
Yeah.
So anyway, Korea, you made a comeback 2-2.
Yeah,
Look at
2-2.
you. Look at you. It's only gonna get worse for me. Okay. So let's move on to more savory, like more staples, I guess. Although I think everything we talked about is important, and I really love like each dish from each region we've talked about so far. But let's get to some noodles, because when people think about Asia, they think of like rice and noodles. So let's talk about noodles a little bit. From Japan, you guys know I argue it's more popular than sushi in Japan, and it's becoming like almost as popular in other countries as well. Ramen noodles, just a beautiful bowl of soup with noodles and a bunch of different toppings.
Noah has been obsessed with ramen since
we started dating.
Yeah.
No,
I remember we went.
Careful. No, okay.
I have grown to like ramen.
Yeah.
But when we first started dating, I did not like it. I don't like soups, and it was just very soupy to me. And I remember in California, we went so out of the way to find like this vegan ramen that had a vegan egg. Okay,
but it was also a famous downtown market in LA with a bunch of different vegan options.
That was a really aggressive okay.
Okay. I know, it's like not like we're not that comfortable with each other.
I'm just saying, like he really likes ramen.
I had a burning desire to have it.
Yes.
It was like my favorite thing I had in Japan.
Yeah.
I think, and I still.
And then they didn't even have the egg.
They ran out.
Yeah.
It was too popular. I traveled across the country for this. No, I was there to visit my friend actually, who's coming from Malaysia or Japan at the time, but he's Malaysian. So yeah, I have a huge inclination towards ramen. I love it. It's so delicious, and ramen has a lot of variety too. It's not just like one thing. There's like multiple different kinds. It's a very regional food in Japan. I like the more creamy and rich ones. You have like tonkatsu, which is typically from pork, that's really rich, but you have to have a vegan version. Miso, I love miso flavored. It can be really creamy and rich as well. You have tantan men, which is kind of like a more peanut-y rich broth, which I think is really freaking delicious as well. It's like my curry is like that too. A little bit of peanut flavor and some like coconut milk. So good. You have shoyu ramen, which is like soy sauce based broth. You have shio ramen. I know a lot about ramen. I love ramen.
I didn't know that you knew all this.
Well, I did live in Japan, everybody, so I'm a little bit knowledgeable.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, you could put a lot of different stuff in there. Typically, it has like bamboo shoots. Sometimes you could have corn if you're in like the North Island of Hokkaido. You can also put different like soy meats or other meats. Sorry, I'll let you jump in at some point, Vanessa. I'm just on a roll. You can put in Naruto. Not the character from the anime, but Naruto is actually like a little, I think it's like a fish cake that has like a little swirl on it. But yeah, anyway, you guys know ramen. Hopefully to some extent it's delicious. And if it's the kind of rich, creamy broth, love it. So what are we comparing ramen to from Korea?
I can't remember.
Oh my god, what is it? Well, it starts with chap, like Jap.
Japchae!
Japchae. So it's not in Japan, it's Japchae. And what is Japchae? If you'd like to explain.
Well, if you've heard of like the glass noodles, that's the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's glass noodles.
And they're just like, I don't know, just like skinnier noodles.
I think they're made from sweet potato.
Oh, really?
I think, I could be wrong.
They're like, they're called glass noodles because they're kind of like clear looking.
Yeah, I've never seen a clear sweet potato though, so I'm like, how would they do that?
I don't know, but then they mix in like a whole bunch of vegetables with it, and then...
I think they put like a light soy sauce on top of it, something to add like minimal flavor.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
A little salty, a little umami.
Yeah.
But like cabbage and stuff too.
Yeah.
And the noodles are more chewy, like like soft and chewy. They're not like firm.
And I think it can be served. Can't they be served hot or cold?
Yeah, I think hot or cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally it's not like pan fried, so not that crispy.
Right.
So anyway, these don't pair up perfectly, but I'm trying to choose like the most popular noodle dish from each country. Mm-hmm. So, you guys probably have no idea which one I prefer after my long like motivational speech about ramen I gave earlier. It's ramen, guys. So let's hear what else.
It's also ramen for me.
Whoa!
So is it crazy. That I really didn't like glass noodles, or is it that ramen has just grown on me so much?
So if you were to rate glass noodles, Japchae, from a scale of 1 to 10, among all these foods, let's say like your favorite's a 10, and your least favorite's like 0. That's kind of hard.
Well, it's hard to say. Like, are you talking about like hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot?
Your best version of them.
The best version?
If you like, what do you think their max potential could be?
I don't think that they are. I don't think it's bad.
No, it's fine.
I like it.
It's good.
I enjoy trying new foods,
Same.
but I don't think I would ever crave it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't like have like this huge portion of it, like, and I guess that's it.
The portions aren't big enough for us Americans.
No, I'm saying like I would want a smaller portion.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the flavor is very
subdued.
Like it's just like a sure, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I totally agree. I like Japchae. I think it's really good. Or I think it's good. Really good. I got to be careful with my words. I enjoy it. Like when I eat it, I'm like, that was yummy. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it would ever like stick out to me on a menu above like other options.
Yeah.
And I think I give it like a 6 out of 10. If 5 is average, I'm like, yeah, it's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's 6 out of 10.
But for me, ramen could be 10. Ramen can be 10. I know if not for Vanessa because you're not as soupy as...
It really depends. So I think I've only had one ramen where I was like, ooh.
Was it in Hawaii?
Yes.
Which one was it? Was it
at the Nudes place.
Oh, was that the Thai coconut one?
It was spicy.
I think this was, or was this the time we went with Lily when we first were living in Hawaii before?
No, it was the second time.
Second time. Okay. So this was, because you get like a coconut milk Thai fusion ramen.
Oh.
So that would make sense because you like Thai coconut curries, which is fine.
Yes.
It's still like ramen in essence, but it's just a different version of it.
Okay, well that was my favorite one. That was pretty good. Where was it? Oh, the first time that in Hawaii that I had it was at a different place, and I asked for extra noodles because I don't like the watery, like not watery, but all the liquid. Yeah. And I don't like soup unless it's like a thick, creamy soup. Yeah. So for ramen, it's hard to say if it's a thicker, creamy one. But then we had the creamy one at that one restaurant where we weren't allowed to take photos or videos.
Oh, in Japan?
Yeah. Yeah. And that one, I felt like it started off really good. It
was close.
Yeah. It was, maybe if it was spicy, I don't know. But I felt like I was like, all right, there's just so much here. It's taking so long to eat it. And like, that's just because I'm slow with chopstick and noodles, but.
Yeah. The one we had, that was really good. They made it from like soy milk. That was like the base of the broth. So it was creamy. I just think it's, like you said, missing a little bit of spiciness and a little bit of like extra accent, like salt, to really push it to the next level. Yeah. It felt like the foundation was there. Yeah. They just needed to build a little, for our personal preferences. Yeah. For that ramen in Korea.
But honestly, I really feel like a lot of things that I eat could use more salt.
Yeah, that's the Mexicano.
I just love salt. I just get like a little shaker with me.
For real. You're gonna have heart problems at some point.
I know, right?
Hopefully not. Yeah. So that was her operation, guys. She had open heart surgery. They said you need to stop eating all that salt.
No.
Okay.
I feel like I'd rather die. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So final verdict: ramen.
Ramen.
So 3-2. Sorry, no, you're the scorekeeper. You're the scorekeeper.
Yeah. So Japan 3, Korea 2.
That's right. So let's move on to more of the savory dishes. Here we have arguably one of Korea's most famous, which I'm like, this is going to be a strong statement, and they say one of the most, so then it weakens in strength. From Korea, we have Bibimbap. It sounds like fighting effects for like a fight to me.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Boom, boom, boom. I know, that was really silly. Versus what?
Curry.
Kare, yeah.
Oh, well.
In Japanese, kare, but curry. That's really what it is. I wonder if it was infused from like Indian curry. I wonder when Japanese curry became a thing. But anyways, bibimbap. You guys actually are probably more familiar with this than Japanese curry. Which one would you like to describe? I think we should do one each.
You can do the bibimbap.
Bibimbap. All right. So I know, I just get that cringy image in my head of throwing blows. So bibimbap, essentially like a Korean rice bowl. But there's a little bit more to it than that, and it can be more like interesting. We actually had this really cool experience of eating it in Korea. We're at this really small, like hole in the wall, like grandma's place, kind of, where she like had these little like steps how to make it in English, how to like assemble it yourself. And she came over and like kind of like showed us a little bit, and she was like really hospitable and nice.
I think she was one of the only people in Korea that we ran into that did not speak English.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So it felt like
it worked out.
place.
It was fine, but majority of the people there did. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're right. Man, so this is what I feel like to be interrupted in a podcast.
That's how I feel.
How dare you? How dare you? No, I'm kidding.
Oh my goodness.
So bibimbap, it's a rice bowl. Typically, you can even have it in like a version where I think they put like a stone pot at the bottom so the rice gets like crispy.
Ooh.
That's a nice little version.
Yeah.
But you just add whatever you want. Sometimes you can add like maybe meat or fish. I don't know. We're vegan, so I don't ever concern myself with that.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
It's just a collection of vegetables, and the vegetables can be like a variety of different things. And you kind of like mix it all together, and then you put this sauce on top, which is like a gochujang, which is like a red pepper. Can't believe we're like 40 minutes in, and this is like the first time we've mentioned gochujang.
I know.
It's famous. Like a lot of Korean foods have this like added for flavor. And it's a little bit more loose in the paste, but it's really nice. It has like a spicy, peppery flavor. It's really good. I really love gochujang.
Yeah.
And then you can also add like soy sauce or something in there too to give it more flavor. And it's just really fresh and clean and tasty.
It is.
It's like the ultimate salad bowl with rice in it.
But better.
But better.
I mean, I don't...
No, I agree.
Salads, I don't think, but...
Yeah, so it has those Korean flavors. Really healthy, really tasty. I see it's like popular in Korea because it's like a mainstay. It's filling-ish, and it gives you good energy. Whereas the next one is a little not as light and a little bit more naughty and dense and flavorful. So what is curry in Japan?
Japanese curry is a curry.
It is a curry. But what does it taste like?
It is so rich, and I don't even know how you would like describe.
It's more like gravy.
Yeah.
If it was like a curry.
Yeah, but they put like potatoes and carrots and
those are the mainstays.
Is that it, actually?
The main ones are
and
potatoes.
Rice, obviously.
Potatoes, carrots, onion.
Onion, yeah.
But you can also change the vegetables too. Sometimes they put eggplant. Sometimes they put like meat in there. Sometimes they put pepper.
Oh, and they have the katsu?
Yeah, katsu. Katsu curry is my favorite kind of Japanese curry. And katsu, describe it for the people.
It's just like fried meat.
Yeah, breaded and fried meat, or in our case, it'd be like a mock meat or tofu.
Yeah.
It has like such a nice crunch on the outside, and the inside soft.
And then you mix it with the
curry. It's delicious. I'm getting hungry.
I know.
We haven't eaten dinner yet.
I know.
This is dangerous. And then curry typically, like you said, served over rice, but also it can be used to be like infused in soups. Like you can make curry udon, you can make curry like ramen, and these other sorts of things too. But we're talking about the curry over rice.
Interesting.
Well, we had ramen or curry udon. I had curry udon in Kyoto, remember? And then you had curry with rice, and then I had curry with udon.
Yes.
So curry soup.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
But my favorite is curry with rice and katsu curry.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, guys, for me, this is almost like a like for like the ramen versus japchae. It's the same kind of rationale. So 3, 2, 1. Well, actually, there's no point. I already kind of gave it away. What's your favorite, Vanessa?
My favorite is curry.
Me too, Japanese curry. But I do think I like bibimbap more than japchae. I think it has more going on. I think I choose bibimbap over japchae on a menu more often.
I feel opposite.
You like japchae more than bibimbap?
I think so.
Really?
I think. We only had it the one time.
Yeah.
But
I think there's a little more going on.
It was good. It was just very light.
It is light. Yeah.
And you know me, I like heavy things.
You're getting to know Vanessa, yeah.
So I would think I'd probably choose japchae.
Over bibimbap.
Over the yeah.
Yeah.
But definitely curry over both.
Yeah. Same here. Yeah, an amazing Japanese curry is like, for me, there's like my holy trinity of Japanese food, I think. Where it's like ramen, Japanese curry, and okonomiyaki. For me, those three are like stand above the rest because it can be so rich and flavorful. And they're such different kinds of foods. So I love Japanese curry. I make it at my house like a couple times a week.
My very first time, it was when
or a month.
Noah made it here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember I liked it so much that I ate so much that my stomach hurt afterwards. And like, not in like, I'm full. And like, I had stomach pains because I had so much. And then I was like, I don't like this. It hurts when I eat it. And then I just ate less the second time. It was really good. And I remember the first time I had the curry in Japan, I was like, oh, I think I like your version more, because Noah like perfectly caters to my like taste and how I like things. But
it was so sweet and so crushing at the same time. So I'm like, oh, let me show Vanessa these things in Japan.
His like a little thicker than how I think most people in Japan would make it.
Sometimes, yeah.
But then we went to where was the place?
Kokoichibanya.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest curry chain in Japan.
And I loved it.
She's like, this is the best thing I've ever had. And it's like 500 yen. It's like 350 for a plate.
Yeah.
Which is such a good deal and so good and filling. And
I was just really
delicious.
craving curry that night.
Well, we were trying to get Indian food, and Indian was closed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's just get Japanese curry.
Yeah, and it was so good. And
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is what he's talking about.
Yeah, Japanese curry is, yes. I love Kokuchibanya. We'll definitely, when we go back to Japan, we're going to go there again for sure. I know it.
I know it said it was a chain, and I was like, oh my goodness.
But no, it's good. I mean, it's popular for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm sure. They do a good, consistent job.
And it looked like a Denny's.
Yeah, it's like a Denny's style. It's kind of like yellow and brown, and like you have your own, it's like very informal.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can just kind of chill out and get your food.
Right.
And before we move on to the next one,
Yeah.
I related to curry. Also, you said I made curry for you.
Yeah.
If you're not vegan, I don't condone this. I wish they have a vegan version of this, but one of my favorite ways to eat Japanese curry too is karepan, which is like pan, whatever you want to call it, bread. So it's curry in this like a little bread dough, and they like coat it in panko breadcrumbs and then fry it. So it's like crispy and like get the panko flakes on the outside, like not like like kind of like tempura, or panko, and then they put. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, the panko they don't use for tempura. Tempura is different. So you put the panko flakes on the outside, and on the inside you have the curry. And it's like so rich and delicious and crispy and amazing. I made it for Vanessa. It took like 6 hours.
It really did.
And I'm like, oh, it's so worth it.
It was really, really good. But I was like, oh.
Yeah.
One of them was a little undercooked.
I know, a little doughy.
Yeah, and I was like,
I'm like, all that
should I
work.
say anything?
You should. All right. So now, unfortunately, what's the score? Because we've done 6 so far. Korea's won how many?
I think we're at Japan 4.
Yeah.
And Korea 2.
You're almost fired from your job of scorekeeping.
I know, sorry.
You did a good job.
I'm so distracted just thinking about all this food.
Yeah. We'll go through the next one really quickly so we can eat dinner. No, I'm kidding. But so anyway, that being said, we're on our final one of the day, which is going to be back to street food edition. And I think these are actually really comparable when I think about it. And I'm just going to jump into the one I want to talk about, if that's okay. Mitarashi dango, or just dango in Japanese. And this is a popular street food, which is like a skewer of mochi. A lot of Japanese street foods and foods like are based on rice, and mochi is a really big thing. But this is different than dango, or sorry, this is dango. This is different than mochi or daifuku, because you have like a few different mochi that are like together on a stick, and they're like kind of like grilled, so they're a little bit charred on each side, and they're covered in this like kind of molassesy like soy sauce syrup. It's a little sweet, a little salty, and Vanessa, what was your thoughts? Because we had this in Kyoto. We were going crazy with the street food because it's a traditional area walking up to this temple, and they have so much street food. And this is a quintessential thing you have to try in Japan. Japanese people love it. Some Westerners, not so much. So which side of the aisle did you fall on, Vanessa?
I think that I should go over the Korean comparison.
Yeah.
And then we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, editor Vanessa.
Yes, you're welcome.
So dango. Next is
So
Korea.
what we're going to compare it to is it considered street food? I think it is.
It can be street food, yeah.
Yeah, in Korea, and it's very popular.
Yeah.
And it's called tteokbokki or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like these like little like small like noodles that are very chewy.
Rice cakes, actually.
Oh, rice cakes? Okay,
Yeah.
rice cakes. And then it's covered in this sauce, and it's red.
Yeah, it's a gochujang sauce.
Okay, yeah, so it's a little spicy.
Definitely, it can be really spicy sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very, very popular.
Yeah. So we have one that's a little bit like savory and sweet, one that's spicy, and they're both like made from like rice cakes. Mochi is kind of like a rice cake sort of thing. So I think it is a good comparison.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So, all right.
So,
Okay.
if you had to pick,
Uh-huh.
which one would you pick?
Tteokbokki.
Yeah?
Yeah. I
Why?
like spicy food now more.
Aye.
And the one we had it a couple times in Korea, and I'm like, I mean it's okay, but I'm a little disappointed. It's not all that. I liked it more than you did.
Yeah.
But actually, we went to this place with my family in Ann Arbor called Arirang, and they're a Korean restaurant, and we had it there too. and it was better than it was in Korea. Everybody didn't insult.
But why? Like, what was the difference?
Why you put me on the spot with all these questions?
Sorry, but now you know how I feel.
I'm kidding.
Anyway.
I'm kidding. Yeah, I think it's just a little bit more salty. I think the sauce is a little bit more spicy, and then I think the rice cakes were more of the preferred consistency I liked. It just was everything a little bit more in tune, I think.
Yeah.
Where the one in, maybe the one in Seoul that we went to, these frozen ones. And or maybe like it was just less like
maybe, but that's how they're supposed to be.
Yeah,
they're
maybe
very chewy.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, but it's just personal preference.
Yeah.
So I like those a lot. I would like those as a snack a lot. Where Dango, I liked it and it was fun, but I don't know. I'd definitely get it again, but I think Tteokbokki just a little bit more in my liking personally. But what's your take, Vanessa? Tteokbokki or Dango?
I truly hated both.
Hated them?
Yes.
Even in Ann Arbor, you hated it?
I mean, I'm always like, even if I don't like something, I want to try again to see if it's any different.
I thought you liked it more
will
in Ann
say
Arbor.
it was better in Ann Arbor, but I still would never choose to eat it.
Whoa, truly hated.
Yeah.
Some strong words.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one, the Dango, I didn't even try it because just the smell of it.
You didn't even take a bite?
No.
You shouldn't be allowed to be on this podcast. Oh, heck no. I thought you tried to bite.
I feel like I have like this like something with like what they use with that syrup. I can't have foods that smell like that syrup.
Okay, interesting.
And I think from that.
I think you need to try another bite or a bite of it sometime, and maybe we can do an updated
just
version.
the smell of it, I was like, it like made me feel kind of sick.
Yeah, maybe.
So.
Okay.
But if I had to pick, if I
everybody.
had to choose one.
Yeah, I know it.
Obviously, I gave Tteokbokki Tteokbokki.
I think so.
I don't know.
Let me know.
I gave it multiple tries.
Yeah.
So I would pick that one.
Fair enough.
But if I had a choice, I would not.
Choose either. Okay. Wow. Well.
I don't like very chewy things either.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I know.
So, and that's how they were both times. Just one was slightly less chewy. But stop.
No. Okay.
This is just my opinion. You should always give foods a try. I'm not saying like don't try it at all.
I think you'll try it sometime, won't you?
Yeah, I'll always retry things even if I don't like them, just to think your taste buds change. Maybe 5 years from now I will like it.
Also, one of my favorite like kind of casual sort of streety foods we had, I had like every time I could in Japan, was the Japanese sweet potatoes. And I was so excited for Vanessa to try it, but she smelled it and she's like, no, I don't like it. Because it's that kind of like caramelized sugar smell.
And that's how it was with the Dango too.
It's like a starchy sweet smell.
Yeah, and I can't do it for some reason.
Maybe you just need to plug your nose and eat it. Because we tried durian. And
how is that fun?
If you can try durian, you can freaking try Dango. Okay,
but we tried fried durian.
I know, but I want to try real durian when we go back to Southeast Asia.
Yeah, me too.
I really want to get the authentic try.
Yeah.
Now that we did our baby version of having it fried with batter on the outside.
Willie. We had to try it with Willie.
Yeah, in Thailand. Like,
Willie, he's Malaysian, and we tried it, and then he was like, "Did you guys like it?" And we're like, eh. And he's like, "Oh, we're sorry," and he's like, "It's okay, I'm just slightly disappointed."
I know.
And I was like, "Oh."
I'm like, at least you tried it. I know a lot of Americans wouldn't even try that.
Yeah.
Or I want to try stinky tofu in Taiwan. That's like a famous dish. You ever heard of it?
No.
It's like fermented tofu, and it's like really delicious. People say, but
really?
it has like a terrible smell.
I don't know because the smells get me.
But it's more like fermented though. It's not like a sweet.
Yeah.
So it might be like more of like a rotten smell. If it's fermented.
Okay.
So anyway,
maybe
we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah,
but that's what we're here for, to have fun discussing foods and wherever the conversation takes you and us. So anyway, final score.
Oh, final score.
We did 7.
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Okay, I'll say it.
Okay.
4 Japan, 3 Korea. Take that, Korea. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, 7.
Yeah. See, good thing I didn't say it because I would have said it wrong.
Oh gosh. No. So it's actually a closer battle than I thought.
Yeah.
Good job, Korea.
Yeah.
But no,
Why?
No, I'm kidding. I like Korean food, but honestly though, I think there's a lot of dishes that I would like to include. So just a couple of short mentions of foods I really like from both sides of the aisle. I really like soba, which can be like a noodle. It's a little bit healthier than ramen, but yakisoba, it's like a grilled or like pan-fried soba with a bunch of noodles and this delicious sauce. So when it's like fried, it like kind of caramelizes a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be a more apt comparison to japchae, because they're both like drier noodles without soup.
Right.
But I had to include ramen in there.
Yeah,
I couldn't exclude it. But yeah.
I'm not really familiar with any like Korean soupy types of dishes.
We had one soup in the Osegaehyang place, which was like a kimchi fermented soybean. That's their popular one, is fermented soybean stew.
Okay.
But you're not as much of like a soupy stew person, unless it's like creamy and rich.
Right.
Which it is rich and but it's not creamy.
Yeah.
I had it. I liked it, but it didn't blow me away to the same level as some other soups did. To be honest, but I still really liked it. I'd try it again in a heartbeat. Is there anything else we're missing from Korea?
I don't think so.
Not from our own limited experience, I guess.
Yeah.
Bulgogi. We tried that. That's like a famous one, but that's like always beef. It's like those thin beef strips.
But what was the one with the leaf?
Yeah. But yeah,
It's
so
like
hold that.
perilla
I know it. But yeah, so bulgogi, it's really good. Did you like it?
What?
Bulgogi. We tried it at Osegehong, a vegan version. Where it was
I
like,
think so.
Yeah, it was good, but
Yeah.
it was nice and juicy and flavorful. But what Vanessa's talking about, we liked even more. Sorry guys, we got too hungry there talking about food and we had to stop the podcast to eat dinner. No. I wish that could be a funny excuse, but battery just died. Something boring. But what's not boring is sambap, which is a food from Korea. It's not included in our little battle, but why did you like sambap so much?
So they use these special leaves.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. They gave us a few of them, and I think in English they're called perilla leaves. But you can only grow them, or you can only purchase them in Korea, and you can like buy the seeds there. You might be able to at like a Korean shop here, but you wouldn't just find it at like your Meijer or Kroger or anything.
Yeah.
But they're so good. Like they just have such a good flavor. It's kind of like
a little minty, basil-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like crunchy too. So when you put all like the filling in there, which is like
rice, seasoned rice with some like meats and stuff.
It's like it was like mock meat
for us. Yeah, because we're vegan, as you guys know.
It's just so good.
Yeah, roughly translated, it's like a just because bap means like rice, so it's like a lettuce wrap with rice in it, and then you can put whatever else stuff. Freaking delicious.
Yeah.
So good. We can't cover all the foods, everybody. So don't get mad at me if I didn't include udon, your favorite, or whatever else. They're both delicious cuisines. Although earlier we said we thought actually for our hot travel takes that Korean food was a little overrated. So you guys might be calling it RBS, but it was good. It just didn't blow us away. Its best dishes weren't as high as some of the other dishes. That's really what it comes down to. Korean food was consistent.
Yes.
But it's consistently like 6 to 8, besides Hotteok being like a 10. Or 6 to 9. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that was really good.
Yeah.
Food's just such a complicated, delicate subject.
Yeah. And so many things factor into it too.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's so personal for people, and it's like a really true representation of culture.
Right.
So if you're offended, please let me know in the comments below. I deserve your punishment. So anyways, we like doing these food battles, guys. Let us know if you like them too. What do you think? Did Korea come out on top in your book? Is Japanese food just like a landslide winner? Let us know. I'd love to hear from everybody if possible. And thanks for listening to our trash opinions as always. No, educated and amazing. So I'll see you guys in the next episode of the One Less Woman podcast. Peace.
Oh, we should have done this.